joining us right now. He is 16-0, 16 knockouts, all 16 knockouts by way of opening round. His roots in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Was born and raised in Brooklyn and also raised on the Lower East Side. He will punch me if I don't mention Lower East Side. So Brooklyn, Lower East Side. All-time record for first-round knockouts to start a career is 21. So Edgar is 5 away from tying that. He will face Nicholson Saturday night in by far the toughest test of his career. Edgar Berlanga, welcome. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Evan? I'm good, man.
You know, everybody talks about the streak. How many times have you been asked about the knockout streak over the past since your last fight when you made it 16?
About 1 million times. You know, a lot of it's a lot of the same questions. You know, and are they expecting, or am I expecting another first round knockout or whatnot? But you know, like I always say, you know, we're gonna see this Saturday.
So Edgar, before we have a bunch of questions in the chat queue. Again, raise hand button or send me a private message on the chat to ask Edgar a question. So do you get tired of answering those questions about the first round knockout streak, or do you enjoy that sort of, you understand that it's sort of like, you know, comes with the territory?
Yeah, you know, for me, it just, you know, people asking me all the time about a first round knockout. You know, it comes with the territory. Like you said, you know, it's not normal for the sport of boxing right now for a young fighter like myself to be knocking everybody out in the first.
Well, I think Edgar's, I think Edgar's has just been the recipient of a first round knockout. So we will get him back in the queue very shortly. So it's the only thing that can knock Edgar out is poor Wi-Fi, it seems. So he's returning right now. So hold on 1 second, guys. Next time we're gonna have to get him better Wi-Fi. That will be the goal. Edgar, are you back? Hold on, unmute. Edgar, hey Edgar, are you back? Yes, yeah. Wi-Fi KO1 Berlanga. So you're in the middle of saying, you know, talking about all of the now you're good. You're in the middle of saying, you know, everybody keeps asking you about the first round knockout streak, and sort of you just sort of come to expect those questions, right?
Yeah, you know, like I always tell everybody, man, you know, just get your popcorn ready. You know, I'm a definitely put on a show in front of a sold out crowd in Little Puerto Rico. You know, Kissimmee, Florida is Little Puerto Rico, and you know, all my fans is gonna be out there supporting me.
And we got Carlos Toro. Carlos Toro, please unmute yourself and please ask Edgar the questions in English when Patufo and Navarrete come. We'll have Gardy Lopez on to translate for both for the main event fighters. Carlos, please go ahead when ready.
Hey, Edgar, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. You know, you fought in the bubble with no fans, essentially throughout 2020, and now you're back here with fans in Kissimmee. Does it feel even more special with this first fight with fans back and getting to fly the Puerto Rican flag, you know, with such a Puerto Rico heavy card on Saturday?
Yeah, you know, it feels absolutely great. You know, last year I fought 3 times with no fans. You know, but for me, you know, we just had to get the work in. You know, I had to get the fights in, whether we have fans or not. You know, as long as I was staying active was the main important thing for me. But, you know, I'm happy now, man. You know, now we got a sold out crowd this Saturday, April 24. I'm the co-main event. You know, I'm one of the fastest rising, you know, superstars to come in the sport of boxing. It's just amazing. You know, I can't wait to put on a show. You know, for a guy like me, you know, my energy, my adrenaline goes off the crowd. So for me to have such a huge crowd like that co-main event is going to be amazing.
On paper, Demon Nicholson presents maybe the toughest challenge of your career so far. How much do you know about Demon, and have you seen much tape from him? Do you believe he's the guy that maybe pushes you past that first round, maybe allows you to show elements of your game that you probably haven't had a chance to show because of all the first round knockouts?
No, yeah, absolutely. I feel like he's a veteran. He has a lot of fights. He has a lot of experience as a professional, and these are the type of fights that we need, and that's the type of fight that I need. You know, I'm not taking him lightly. I never took any fight lightly that I fought in my previous fights. Every fight I take as if I'm fighting for a world championship fight, because for me, every fight is a first fight for me. Is my first fight, because if I lose or God forbid something happens to me, it's over. So I just take every fight serious, whether it's him, whether it's the next opponent after him. Every fight I take as if I'm fighting for a championship fight. And, we don't underestimate no fighter that's out there. For me, every fight is dangerous. At my weight, every fighter could punch, so it's dangerous. And, I just got to, stay focused, stay on point, stay poised like I always do, and get the job done.
And now, before we get to the other questions, joining us, the VP of Boxing Operations for Top Rank, Carl Moretti, is joining us on the line. Carl, career like Edgar, it's a delicate balance. You want to give him increased competition, while at the same time you're preserving the unbeaten record. Can you tell us what went into selecting a guy like Nicholson and why? Why Top Rank and why everybody thinks and Team Berlanga thinks this is sort of the ideal next step in his development.
Thanks, Evan. Sure. Hello to everybody. We submitted, we had a list of about 5 guys that we gave to Edgar and his team, and we discussed them thoroughly, and everybody decided that Nicholson was the right fight for this moment. We don't know what's going to happen Saturday night. No one does until the bell rings. He may go 1 round. He may go 8 rounds. All that matters is he gets the win. As you can see, he's focused. He knows what's at hand. It's the most important fight of his career because it's the next fight of his career. Everything else really doesn't matter. And as long as he continues to work his ass off in the gym, which he does every day, good things will take care of itself. And that's what we're expecting Saturday night.
Thank you very much, Carl. And we'll be back with Carl when we discuss the main event. And now we'll go to Ernesto Amador. Ernesto, please go ahead when ready. And just as a reminder, everybody, ton of questions for Edgar. I won't be able to get to all the questions because we're going to have to keep things moving along eventually, but I will do my best. Ernesto Amador, please go ahead.
Okay, Ivan, do you want me to ask in Spanish and English or?
English, please, for Edgar. For Diaz and Navarrete, we'll have Gardy. Okay. We'll translate for both.
Great. Hey, Edgar, it's a pleasure to talk with you. Let me ask you this: how's the feeling for you to be part of this new era of Boricuan boxing? Great fighters now, and if you tell me that if you have in mind 2 or 3 Mexicans in your career,
who I want to fight?
Well, first of all, how is the feeling to be part of this golden era of Boricuan boxers? And then 3 Mexican targets that you have in mind.
For this era, it's a blessing, to be a part of it. It's big now for the island of Puerto Rico. You have me, you have a lot of young, up and coming Puerto Rican future world champions that's coming from the island, that's Puerto Rican, and it's a big thing for us. I feel like Puerto Rico never had that before, where you have a good, solid, good fighters that's really good, that could become something big in the sport of boxing. So for me, it's just a lot of blessings that's coming our way. And for me, 3 Mexicans targeting, it's Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez, and hopefully, Julio Cesar Chavez if everything goes right with him.
And he means Chavez Jr. We're not promoting elder abuse here at Top Rank. He means Julio Cesar.
Yeah, not senior.
So back to the UK here with Jonathan Agoff. Jonathan, please go ahead when ready.
Can you just sort of sum up 2020 for yourself and what it meant to you winning Prospect of the Year?
Yeah, 2020 was a big year for me. I already knew last year was going to be my year. I already said it. Top Rank said it. My team said it. it was just all about it happening, you know, and it did. It happened a little later than expected, you know, because of the pandemic. You know, I was supposed to fight March 14th last year. The fight got canceled. But you know, we ended it well. You know, we ended it with a bang, just like how I wanted. I wanted to end 2020 with amazing start off and I ended it right. You know, and obviously we captured a 2020 Prospect of the Year, which was one of my goals and milestones as a young fighter.
Thank you very much, Carlos. A lot of Jonathan, I should say, a lot of questions. So we get to one from Carlos Narvaez for Carl Moretti. And his question for you, Carl, is how hard is it to find opponents for Edgar? Given what he's been doing to previous opponents.
It's not before. Edgar makes our job easier because we know he's doing the right thing in the gym and when the fight isn't scheduled. So that part, you know, you don't have to worry about. You know, he's going to stay in shape. You know, his focus is getting to bigger things than a knockout. We're going to go there with him and bring him there. So that part makes it easy. There are a lot of guys that, you know, they say they want to fight, and then you make them an offer, and you know, you can buy a house, a car, a yacht with what they want, but you know, it's unrealistic offers. So you know, when you really get to the negotiation, you see how much they want to fight, because then they usually, you know, find a way not to take the fight. But you know, listen, it's a pleasure. It's easy to do it when Edgar's doing the right thing, and you don't have to worry about the outside distractions. You see a lot of hype coming around him, which is great. We love it. You see his social, Instagram and all that stuff blowing up. But you know what people don't see is how hard he works in the gym and what that team does to him, his conditioning coach and, you know, the sparring and all that stuff. You know, that doesn't really get out there. And you know your fighter's ready when he goes through that. So that part makes our job a lot easier. And that's not going to stop. You know, he knows he's got bigger goals on his mind, and he knows what kind of work it's going to do to get there. So, you know, it's a little difficult to get opponents, but you know what? It's a good problem to have.
And thank you, Carl. Yeah, it's a Lamborghini, a yacht. You know, it's a lot of guys say they want to fight Edgar, but when it comes time to brass tacks, you know, sometimes it's not that simple. Joe Hewlett, please unmute yourself and go ahead. Back to the UK we go.
Hey, Edgar. One of the ambitions is to fight at Madison Square Garden on June the 12th. I saw on your social media. How much would that mean to you personally?
Personally, you know, I mean, I fought there before. You know, I fought there twice. You know, because of Top Rank, they put me on a big platform there. You know, on a big fight card. But for me to actually fight there and headline as one of a big it'll be something amazing. You know, I come from New York. You know, I come from poverty, man. So for me to make it there and make it to the big screen and make it to the big arena, it's a blessing. It'll be crazy. You know, I know for sure that you know, I'll bring the whole city out, and like I always do.
Thank you.
Thank you. We got a bunch of other questions and a few more minutes until Christopher Diaz comes on the line. Next, we go to Ricardo Torres from Telemundo. Ricardo, please go ahead when ready.
Saludos, Edgar.
How you doing, ba?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, bien.
Bien, qué bueno. Se supone que este caballero que vas a enfrentar sea tu Desmond Nicholson, sea tu principal prueba hasta el momento. Si eso es correcto, te pregunto, ¿has hecho algo en el entrenamiento diferente o enfocado directamente en Nicholson como rival? Cosas de él que te preocupen, cosas de él que tengas que cuidarte o y continuidad al trabajo que has hecho hasta ahora.
And,
No, yeah,
hey, hold on. Just whenever somebody asks a question in Spanish, we got Gardy who will translate it back in English.
Okay.
Edgar, you can answer the question in English or Spanish.
Question is, Desmond Nicholson supposed to be your toughest opponent to date. Anything you have studied from him, you know, like you should be careful on fight night?
No, you know, like obviously we got a game plan for this Saturday that we're gonna definitely execute. You know, we don't change nothing, but we just keep the hard work and the dedication and staying in the gym. You know, I haven't fought since December, so you know I've been training and working and staying in the gym, staying active. You know, but we just been working on a specific game plan that we're gonna really execute Saturday night. You know, and I'm going in there with fireworks like I always do. You know, I don't hold back on nothing, on no opponent that's there. You know, especially him because I know he's gonna try and go in there and hurt me. So before he hurts me, I'm gonna hurt him.
And Gardy, do you want to translate in the Spanish for Ricardo?
Ricardo's all right with that.
Okay, perfect. All right. We got a couple more questions here for Edgar. Eric Alexander, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hey Edgar, the 16 KOs and 16 wins are definitely a big impact in how much your popularity has grown in the past couple of years. Be a growing concern among Puerto Ricans about what's going to happen when a fighter survives that first round. What's going to happen in your mind? Are you going to change? Are you going to get desperate because you didn't get the KO? Can you talk about what thought process goes through you when that happens?
No, you know, like for me, we just work hard in the gym. If like I always say, that's why everybody's always like, oh, you know, how he's gonna do when he goes to. And at the end of the day, listen, man, I've been boxing for 16 years. You know, I got all the experience in the world. I've been all over the world. I sparred and I've got the most experience I've could as an amateur, you know, and even just sparring and everything, you know. So for me to go into the second round, I know everybody out there will make it seem like it's bigger than what it is, but it's nothing to me. It's just another day in the office if I go into the second round. You know, I'm working hard extremely in the gym. You know, I push myself to the limit in the boxing gym, you know, and sparring. You know, we get in the rounds and sparring. You know, I'm sparring with three different guys. You know, sparring 10 rounds, 12 rounds, 8 rounds straight with different guys just to always put my conditioning to another level.
It seems like the past couple of years, fighters have grasped the idea of how important social media is. We've seen you hang on youngsters lately. Has that helped grow your popularity among youngsters or maybe not boxing fans?
No, yeah, you know, and I just took advantage of it. You know, a lot of, you know, people that's not really that doesn't know like how to build the image, how to build a brand. You know, they take it for granted. But for me, I take that as somewhat to put me on a different type of platform, because at the end of the day, if you could sell those tickets, if you push them butts in the seats, and if you could sell out arenas, man, sky's the limit.
All right, let's see, we got a couple more questions here. Let's see, hold on. Chris with TV Boxeo, please ask a question in English for Edgar. And as I mentioned, when Christopher Diaz comes on and Navarrete, they could answer in Spanish and we'll have Gardy Lopez translate. Chris, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hey, champ. How's it going? Just in regards to your father, being a father and being in camp, has that been hard for you?
For say it again.
You know, like your girl's pregnant, you're in camp. It's times where maybe you would want to spend more time with her, but you're in the middle of camp and you know you're focused on that. How difficult has that been for you?
You know, I brought her into camp last week, so it's you know she don't bother. You know, I wanted her with me, you know, next to me because you know she's pregnant. She's limited to do a lot of different things she can't do that she normally used to do. So you know, I gotta hold my whole team out here, you know, helping her for whatever she needs, and you know, next to me, you know, it just keeps me cool, it keeps me calm. You know, we going to the bubble tomorrow, so you know I'm gonna be a couple of days without her, but you know it is what it is. You know, we got a job to him Saturday night.
And Edgar, before you go, we're running out of time, and we got Christopher Diaz on the line right now. Edgar, anything else you'd like to say to your fans? You know, whether it be watching Saturday night as you go for knockout number 17.
Just to tune in. You know, Saturday night, April 24th is gonna be an amazing night. You know, you got my brother Christopher Diaz. He's gonna be fighting for the world championship, and we bringing that title back home to Puerto Rico. You know, we got a lot of other young fighters that's coming up. You know, that's Puerto Rican, that's representing the island as well, and homing event. You know, and I'm looking to just to tear the roof off, man. You know, like I always do. We're fans. We in, you know, basically little Puerto Rico. So this fight is gonna be dedicated to the whole Puerto Rico, and to everybody that supports me. This fight is gonna be dedicated to you guys too. I love all my fans out there, all my supporters. Keep supporting me.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Edgar, and we will see you in Florida
And
very
thank you
shortly.
to Top Rank, you know, ESPN, Evan, my guy, Evan Gardy, and the whole staff. Everybody, Calm already, Todd the Buff, everybody. Thank you guys, and I love you guys.